Well, welcome. This is the season to be jolly and also the season to prepare your taxes. And we'll be discussing that today with Alma Scarborough on The Bernie Hayes Show. So welcome back. My guest is Alma Scarborough. Alma, welcome back to The Bernie Hayes Show.
It's always a pleasure. It's always a pleasure, and I'm feeling right at home now. So
I learned so much every time you visit here.
Well, this time you got a lot to learn.
I understand. Between you and your daughter Kelly,
yes,
we're going to learn a lot today, right?
Yes, we are.
Okay.
I think we're going to get right into the new laws that will affect you when you file your 2018 return. And it's called the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act. It went into effect in December. Although Congress had been preparing for it all year, we knew it was coming. But now it's here. And it's gonna make a difference to everybody,
Wow.
to everybody, yeah. I think one of the main things that will happen, and I want to express to everybody, is if you don't know where you stand tax-wise right now, and most people don't because they don't have the new tables and structures, I would suggest you make an estimated tax payment because the tax rates are going to be higher for especially middle income people. It's going to be higher. And so those who expected to get a refund, who consistently get a refund, you may not get that refund. Although you may not owe, but in order to circumvent those circumstances, I think you should make an estimated tax payment. Let's just say if you've been getting a $200 refund, something really minimal. Make an estimate tax payment. Send the people a check now, and you can make that estimate all the way up to January the 15th of 2019. But I would suggest you make an estimate.
How would you do that? Would you get a form from the IRS or what?
Yes. You can give what is called a 1040 ES, an estimated tax payment. But you don't have to do that. Internal Revenue Service is good at taking money. Yeah. So what I would what I would suggest that our community does is what we should do. If you don't get that form, the 1040 ES, I would suggest that you write a check and put your Social Security number on a sheet of paper inside of the check, some kind of little note, and tell them to post it to your 2018 taxes because things are going to be out of kilter a little bit. Yeah.
This is quite complicated for the average person. Can they call you or someone at your office for advice on these issues?
Of course you can.
How can they reach you?
Okay, you can reach me at area code 314-621-1402, or you may email me at taxhitlady@gmail.com, and we will be able to give you some type of help, especially if we didn't prepare your taxes, let's say last year. If you could tell us what kind of refund you got and what kind of income you have, and we could tell you, say you need to make an estimate.
But you could also prepare the taxes for them, right?
As well as,
sure.
Yes, and of course, and they will be done wonderfully well.
Yeah, sure, of course. It is so hard, mostly. That's the best word I can come up with, for actually people to realize what tax rates are, looking at these different codes and so forth. You are an enrolled agent for the IRS, right?
Yes.
So you have that training. You've been through all this wonderful training.
Consistently. Consistently, I was employed by the Internal Revenue Service for like 32 years, maybe 33, I'm not sure. who's counting? 32, 33 years, and then I've been in business since 2000, since 2000. So I've been in business almost now 20 years. And it's been a fantastic ride, but it's been a lot of changes, so many changes that have come up over the last several years. And for 2018, I think this will be one of the bigger impacts that I've seen, I would say, in the last 5 to 8 years.
Wow. So people really need tax professionals, such as yourself, to really give them advice and so they won't be in a hole.
You know, a lot of people think that they can do it, and a lot of people can. A lot of people can do it, and I applaud them for that if they can do it. But if you can't do it, and like, you know, sometimes we get confused, or a layman would get confused about what to do, and then they incur a penalty, and they feel like, well, is he after me? Is the man after me? No, it's been on the books forever. You just didn't know it, you know. And so we have to adhere to the law, whether we understand it or not. Hey, Bernie, you know what it's like? It's like you run a red light and you tell the policeman, you say, well, I didn't know that you were supposed to stop. Well, that don't stop the light from being red, or that don't mean you didn't break the law.
Right.
And a lot of this comes from not knowing what's in there. And many do not know what's in the Internal Revenue Code, because, I mean, who gets up and reads the code?
Yeah, well, why do they keep changing so often? And this is a brand new code this year, right?
It's not brand new, it's added to.
Yeah, added to. Well, it's brand new to those who don't know, yeah.
You delineate, you get rid of some, put some more in. Sometimes they abolish some regulations, but they're always adding in some. That's why it's imperative that we go to school. Every year we go to school, and you pick up 16, 18 hours, and that really is insufficient. Then you have to kind of study on your own too. But you have to be licensed. You should be licensed. Everybody isn't. Enrolled agents, CPAs, attorneys are generally licensed.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you would suggest not waiting till April the 15th to do your taxes, right?
You know, especially with this new law, I would suggest you get busy.
Right now.
You know, and start to gather your documents, and you won't be under so much pressure. And I think the persons who really should start to gather their documents are those who are entrepreneurs or subcontractors or contractors, or those who have businesses. Pull it together, because, you know, you really need bookkeeping. And if you don't have bookkeeping, then you're going to have to make your own books up at the end of the year. So if you don't have bookkeeping, pull it together now. That would be my suggestion.
Alma Scarborough from Tax Affair. You have several ways to be contacted, right? How? Name some of them. Okay.
Well, of course, you can reach me by telephone at area code 314-621-1402. Additionally, you can find me at taxhitlady@gmail.com. Also, I'm on Facebook as Scarborough's Tax Affair. And just recently, within the last couple of months, I am now Tax Hit Lady at Instagram.
Wow.
So I'm easy to find.
You also have a website, right?
I do. Go, Bernie. www.taxhitlady.com.
Say that again, www.taxhitlady.com.
Yes,
okay.
Yes.
Alma Scarborough is our guest, and she's a regular guest because I try to have her on twice a year because the tax codes change so often. And she's been an enrolled agent and a former IRS agent herself. She knows the tax laws, and this is why we need to keep up. You know, if you're expecting a $500 refund and you find out that you owe $200,000, or $200, it's no fun. So you better keep up with your taxes. And we're at the New Life Evangelistic Center, 2428, Woodson Road in Overland, Missouri. Reverend Larry Rice, as you know, operated 1411 Locust Street for years and years and years. until they shut him down. But he's trying to reopen. But the same services provided down there is still provided here at the New Life Evangelistic Center in Overland, 2428 Woodson Road in Overland, Missouri. And we need your help and support to continue these programs. And you can make a wonderful investment in New Life Evangelistic Center through Post Office Box 473, St. Louis, Missouri 63166, or come by 2428 Woodson Road in Overland, Missouri, or you may do it online at www.New Life Evangelistic Center, one word, New Life Evangelistic Center.org. American Express, Visa, Discover Card, MasterCard. Takes less than 2 minutes to make that investment in the New Life Evangelistic Center. We'll be back with Alma Scarborough after this.
New Life Evangelistic Center is reaching out to so many people that don't have a home at this time, whether it's in the St. Louis area, the Springfield area with the day center that's there, or the teams of volunteers that are going out every day up and down the streets of the city of St. Louis, offering people direct help, emergency responses to the emergency needs they're in, also long-term solutions through the New Life Evangelistic Center training programs. Bus tickets are provided, other direct assistance is given, all because of those of you that are praying for the work of New Life Evangelistic Center and sharing your tax-deductible gifts now. It's P.O. Box 473, St. Louis, Missouri, that's 63166. Continue to pray for New Life Evangelistic Center as it works around the clock to be there when people are hurting in such a variety of ways through its work. Go to www.newlifeevangelisticcenter.org and see all the different ways that New Life Evangelistic Center is not only helping the hurting and homeless throughout Mid-America, but around the world. All because of those of you that are praying and sharing at this time. Again, it's New Life Evangelistic Center, P.O. Box 473, St. Louis, Missouri, that's 63166, or newlifeevangelisticcenter.org.
2 Timothy 1, verse 10.
But it has now been revealed through the appearing of our Savior, Jesus Christ, who has destroyed death and has brought life and immortality to light through the gospel.
John 11, verses 25 and 26.
I am the resurrection and the life. He who believes in me will live, even though he dies, and whoever lives and believes in me will never die.
For just 80 cents a day, you can help many people in need all around the world. That's only $24 a month. The New Life Evangelistic Center wants you to help feed the hungry and shelter the homeless by joining Club 24. For $24 a month, you can be a part of touching people's lives. For just 80 cents a day, you can make a difference in someone's life. Call 314-881-3210 or give online at newlifeevangelisticcenter.org.
And welcome back. My guest is Alma Scarborough, known as the Tax Hit Lady. I'm enrolled agent for the IRS and in our own business, with Scarborough Tax Fair. Yes. Alma, the new tax laws that became effective in December 2018, did it lower taxes for all people?
All is kind of stiff.
Yeah.
No, it didn't.
It did not?
No, not for all people, but there's some great things for people that are in business. Mm-hmm. And there's some good things for people who are wage earners. Now, the Tax Cut and Job Act will lower the rate for some people. Now, it will nearly double the standard deduction, which is good for those who are wage earners. It will double that. So that means if it doubles the standard deduction, then if it's also limiting the itemized deductions. It limits the itemized deduction. I know it sounds strange, but...
Well, is if I have three dependents, and how does that work? I don't know.
If you have dependents, they're not counted anymore.
They're not counted anymore?
No, It's just...
that's bad news.
Yeah, I have spoken to some people who have 5, 7 children, and they think that they are... really okay because of the exemptions that they think they're going to get.
Yeah.
You're not getting it. If you're married filing jointly, the standard deduction, which will help you, it goes up to $12,000, where it was $6,000 before. Mm-hmm. So you get it's almost like an automatic write-off if you're married filing jointly. You get the $12,600. but you don't get an exemption for each child
Wow.
anymore. No, you don't do that. Also, the United States has chosen to discontinue many deductions among these changes that are coming up, and many people will still get refunds, but they may be a lot smaller. So that's why you need, whether you think you need to make an estimated tax penalty or not, estimated tax payment or not, I would go ahead and make one, because you do have, as I said earlier, you do have until January the 15th, and it will be applied to your 2018 taxes. But I would suggest that a lot of people do that. Also, when I went to the Internal Revenue Service Tax Conference, they put in some deductions that a lot of people aren't familiar with. There'll be credits that they're not familiar with. So it's a lot of variable transactions that, of course, I'm not going to be able to explain on this show, but they're upcoming, and I want to push the fact to make an estimate tax payment.
If a single person without deductions, I mean, he's only got one, he or she has only one deduction, would it be easy to file an EZ form, or would it be go file a long form?
I don't think they even have the EZ form anymore. I don't think they do, because now the 1040 form looks like a postcard.
Really?
It's very small.
Really?
But if you need anything outside of that, then you got to go into a lot of other schedules. You know what I mean?
Long forms.
The long form, yeah. So if you are just a W-2, I don't mean to say just, if you're a wage earner and you have your tax withheld, you're in good shape. The only thing that I would be concerned about is, did you withhold enough under this new tax law? But there are a lot of changes. I wish I could, but just know that there have been changes, and make an estimated tax payment should you, if you were getting a small deduction at all. Okay.
So if I wanted to get more information, actually you need to call a tax professional like yourself, right?
Yeah.
How can they reach you?
You can reach me at area code 314-621-1402, and or you can reach me at taxhitlady@gmail.com. And I need to tell you about, and we need to discuss about your exemptions and the exemptions versus the standard deductions.
What's a 40/50?
I think that's a form or the amount that's withheld, on each exemption. Okay. $4,050 on, and that's all you can get.
That's it?
That's it. Don't ask for no more. Okay.
$4,050.
Yes, for exemptions. Yes. Oh, that, and all the exemptions are gone.
Okay, so that's just one flat fee you're going to get.
Yeah,
that's it.
And be happy. And be happy. I do want to talk a little bit about your form Schedule A, the form Schedule A, but more so than anything is about the small business person who has the Schedule C. I mean, they have to make certain. They have to make certain that they're keeping up with what they spend. It's always good too. It's always good to use a charge card.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, use a debit card, a charge card. It's easier to keep up with your expenses. Don't pay your expenses in cash so much. You can do that and get a receipt. But if you use
to the IRS?
No, I mean when you're spending money for your business.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
You know, you should go ahead and use a debit card. And we know it's for business because you're going to have, when you are a business person, you need 2 bank accounts. You need a personal bank account and a business bank account.
Okay.
And so what you're spending for your business will come off on the charge card. We don't have to argue that. But if you go to Home Depot and start picking up tickets off the ground and stuff, it's hard to keep up with.
Wow,
wow.
So really a tax professional is what we need. Once again, tell us how we can reach
Certainly.
tax.
Okay.
Tax Scarborough Tax Affair.
I'm Facebook. I'm on at Scarborough's Tax Affair. Tax Hit Lady at Instagram. www.taxhitlady.com.
That's your website.
Is my website.
Okay.
And my telephone number, which you can reach me immediately, is 314-621-1402. We'll be happy to help you out, no doubt.
And the email address?
And the email address is taxhitlady@gmail.com.
Alma, I know that you're very busy. I know that you have hundreds of clients. So if they call the office and you're not available, is there anyone else who can help you?
Yes, you might speak to Kelly O'Neill for questions, especially about the 1040. This is a family business. Thank you.
Okay. And I hope that you see all these wonderful mugs on the table here. Here's Harris-Stowe State University's mug. There's Webster University's mug. Here's a mug from President Obama, his inaugural. But this is the Bernie Hayes Show mug.
Hey.
That's right. That's the Bernie Hayes Show mug, and I want everyone to have one. And if you get one, you'll also get this book, the brand new book from Reverend Larry Rice, Through the Fire: How St. Louis Gentrifiers Try to Destroy a Church Because of Its Homeless Congregation. And instead of me trying to tell you about it, Reverend Larry Rice is more articulate than I. Here's the Reverend Larry Rice.
Hello, I'm Larry Rice, Director of the New Life Evangelistic Center. I want to encourage you to get your Bernie Hayes mug. And in addition to sharing a very special gift of $25 or more so we can get back into 1411 Locust, I have a historical book that I want to add to the mug to enable you to get the complete history of what took place between 2012 and 2018 to shut down a church at 1411 Locust because its congregation were primarily homeless people. We're going to share both of these with you if you'll share your gift now so we can get back into the 1411 Locust building and help the hundreds and hundreds of people that are suffering at this time that literally have nowhere to go. I thank God for Bernie Hayes and his faithful years of service, for his program that has touched the lives of so many people. And now we're teaming up with Bernie Hayes, sharing the Bernie Hayes mug and Through the Fire book. If you'll just share that gift of $25 or more. Now be sure you request the Bernie Hayes mug and the Through the Fire book, and you know that you'll be a part of great things God is doing.
We'll return to our guest after this Black History moment. Our subject today is James Weldon Johnson, who was born June 17, 1871 in Jacksonville, Florida, and he attended Atlanta University. In 1900, he wrote the song Lift Every Voice and Sing on the occasion of Lincoln's birthday. The song was immediately popular with the African-American community and became known as the Negro National Anthem. Johnson moved to New York in 1901 to work with his brother Rosamond, a composer. In 1912, Johnson anonymously published his novel, The Autobiography of an Ex-Colored Man, the story of a musician who rejects his black roots for a life of material comfort in the white world. Johnson became the national organizer for the National Association of the Advancement of Colored People, NAACP, in 1920. And his book, Poetry, God's Trombones, in 1927, was influenced by his impression of the rural South, drawn from a trip he took to Georgia while a freshman in college. James Weldon Johnson. He died June 26, 1938. James Weldon Johnson.
Now you can take NLEC TV anywhere as you put the NLEC TV app on your iPhone or mobile device. NLEC TV is an innovative TV station that's on the cutting edge of community service. When you tune in to NLEC TV, you'll discover a television station that has been operated by previously homeless individuals who've received broadcast training through New Life Evangelistic Center's unique on-the-job training program. On NLEC TV, you'll discover wholesome family, community, renewable energy, and inspirational programming. Those needing energy assistance, food, clothing, or freedom from the cycle of homelessness will find that plus much more on NLEC TV. Now, you can receive NLEC TV by going to 24.2 on your television set or putting the NLEC TV app on your iPhone or mobile device. For further information, call 314-436-2424 or go to nlecstl.org. That's nlecstl.org.
And welcome back. My guest is Alma Scarborough, known as the Tax Hit Lady. And Alma, are there some things we didn't talk about that you really want to get to the people?
It really is. I mean, I want to let them know that the deductions are doubled. So that's going to help a lot of people. But the exemptions are gone. The exemption, like, you know, you would have 5 children, you got 5 more exemptions. That's not going to happen. But the deductions have doubled from $12,000 to $25,000.
What would you be deducting? I mean, deducting like what?
Okay, like you would have an itemized deductions like the house, the charitable deductions, and that kind. If it doesn't come over a certain amount, then you won't get that. They'll just give you the flat amount. But I tell you, a big thing is the employee business expenses, the Form 2106, which would be applicable to physical therapists, truck drivers. The employee business expenses are no longer happening, period. You can't work for somebody and get employee business expenses now at the same time. That's why we're pushing the idea, make a deposit, you know, make some type of federal tax deposit to off-balance some of the expenses that you had formerly gotten. The other thing, if I have time, do I have to? Okay. The offer and compromise is still out there. It's, you know, the situation where you might hear on TV at night. I
owed $100,000, only paid $20.
Yes.
Yeah.
I paid $20 on it. Well, if you paid $20 or $200, let me assure you that you only had $20 or $200, because an offer in compromise is basically an audit. They get into everything that you ever thought that you owned. Okay, yeah. But I do want to let them know once again that you can reach me, Alma Scarborough, enrolled agent, at area code 314-621-1402. It's at taxhitlady@gmail.com.
At Gmail, okay.
At gmail.com, yes. And also, I'm at Facebook. It's Scarborough's Tax Affair. And I'm Tax Hit Lady at Instagram. You can reach me or Kelly O'Neill of my staff and also my daughter. She will be able to help you, or we will be able to help you. So please contact us should you need some help. And
your website is www.taxhitlady.com.
That's exactly what it is, Bernie. Okay.
One final question before we go. Alma, you are an enrolled agent, and I know we don't even have time to discuss it, but if someone needs to go to court, tax court, you are eligible to do that for them,
I can go to tax court as long as they go with me. They have to be sitting there. But yes, I can go. Hallelujah. Yeah. Hallelujah. Okay.
You know, it's always fun to have you, Alma. We learn so much, and these tax laws keep changing. That's why I have you back twice a year.
I appreciate that.
And I want you to. But also, Alma's also a great supporter of the New Life Evangelistic Center, and always has been for many, many years. And we hope that you continue to support the New Life Evangelistic Center also. Drop by and see what's going on here. 2428 Woodson Road in Overland, Missouri. And we're here just for you. Larry Rice has been here for almost 50 years, you know, not doing this facility, but doing the same things, helping the community, feeding the poor, feeding the hungry, providing shelter for those in need. I'm Bernie Hayes. Have a great day. See you next time.